Just this thing on. Gotta pop and lock. Whoa. Okay, this is gonna be a bit random. Just go ahead and put nerd mode back. Okay. Hey guys, this is a bit different. I'm not even looking at you. There you are. I see you now. So this is a bit different. I'm in my natural habitat, surrounded by computers and phones and knickknackies and stuff. Even though I already put out Game Addiction today, I decided it's important that I put out this video because during the weekend I hit my first milestone. 2 months ago when I set out with this channel, I said if I hit 500 subs, that would be amazing. And on Saturday, I think it was Saturday, I crossed that mark. Unfortunately, with how busy I am, I have a very crazy schedule. I never have any time to think half the time. Today, as of making this video to say thank you for subscribing to me, which I don't know why. I don't know why you did that. You guys need to find better ways to spend your time than listening to me talk about technology and games and stuff like that. Actually, I don't mean that. You need to say subscribed and stuff to me. Jeez, I am so out of breath. So anyway, I wanted to do a vlog to say thank you so much for subscribing to me and bringing me to 538 subs, because by the time I got around to this, 38 more of you have subscribed, and more than 32,000 views on my channel in just over 2 months. That's from 0 to 538 and 32,000 and some change, and growing. I get all of your comments and all of your feedback and all of your subscriptions and all of your messages sent to my phone, and I have my phone set on a 15-minute cycle to check for email every 15 minutes. And every single 15 minutes, there are updates from YouTube, from subscribers and messages and comments. And I think it's very important for me to try and comment and reply to every message that's sent to me. And in the beginning, that was really easy because there wasn't very many of you, but that's growing. And if I've missed a comment from you, I apologize. Send it to me in a message if you want. If you need advice from me, if you sent me a question, just keep sending it to me if I don't give you a response, because it's actually starting to get a lot more popular than I thought it would. And for only 538 subs, it's amazing that I get at least 100 messages a day between all of my videos and inbox and all of that, and Twitter on top of all of that. We're talking 100 messages a day at least. And I think one day, when I put out my Samsung versus iPhone video, that's my most popular video today. It's going to hit probably 8,000 views tonight, and it's only been up since... See? That ding ding is the sound I set for YouTube, specifically. In the last 15 minutes, I got 7 more. So I'm trying, guys. If you're sending me messages, I'm really trying to get you the answers to the questions that you have. But I'm rambling again. I really want to thank in pushing me to make a YouTube channel. That first person is going to be Holiday Doc. I know you guys have heard me mention him a lot. I met him a few months back when he came into my live stream on Twitch. I only had a couple of viewers. He put out a tweet. Next thing I know, I had 30 or 40. And that kind of gave me my start, because that's where people said, hey, you're kind of fun to watch. And I went, well, maybe there's something to this. But I didn't think I had anything to bring to YouTube whatsoever. So I told Doc, no, I don't want to do YouTube. I'm not interested in YouTube. I'm not interesting enough. I'm not funny. I'm not an expert. And, you know, many of you would say I'm an expert in technology, but I'm just like anybody else. I'm an average schmuck who works in technology for a living as an IT engineer, but, I'm not perfect, and I get things wrong from time to time. But he told me, no, dude, seriously, just do it. Put it out there. What have you got to lose? So next thing I know, I've got 10 subscribers, 15, 20, 30, 40, and it just kept going and going. And next thing I know, Yaush was willing to partner me. So I went ahead and did the partnership, and from there, I just keep growing, and it's just amazing. But I thought, how can I say, thank you? And it dawned on me, there's something I've been wanting to share in the community, because my old channel, I'm not even going to bother linking it because it's not even worth looking at. I had started a weight loss vlog because, you see, What many of you may not realize is I'm constantly calling myself fat because I am. I'm a chunky dude. I'm 6'4" and I'm 290 pounds. I'm a big guy. I'm huge. So I'm a big guy, but what you guys probably don't know about me is I used to weigh 500 pounds. Yeah, 500. I was a big guy. So when you're that big, as you can imagine, you're constantly ridiculed both socially, mentally. You can't escape what comes along with being that big, whether it's in public, at work, whatever. You're humiliated all the time. In fact, before I get into this story, I'm going to go ahead and put up a picture. And this was me in 2008. I can recall a time that I was at a restaurant and I was getting lunch. I was at work, but went to lunch, and I'm eating my food, and I couldn't sit in a booth. Booths were out. I had to sit on a chair, and it had to be a chair without arms because I was too wide. I was far too wide. I was a 62 waist and a 5X shirt. And I remember this woman kind of off behind me talking to her kid and telling him how important it was to make sure he eats his vegetables and stuff because he was, not wanting to eat the healthy stuff on his plate. And I remember clearly her saying, "Do you see that man over there? Do you want to look like that man? Eat your vegetables." And at that point, it's like, I'm just sitting here minding my own business, and now I'm an example, a negative example to some stranger. I had to make a life change, and, here we are in 2012, and I'm down to 290 pounds. So I've lost a lot of weight. I work out regularly. My wife works out more than I do. She's the one that's turned into a gym fanatic, but I lift weights religiously. And because I'm really trying to bulk up to fill out, some of the looseness that is in my body still. I decided to go ahead and share this information when I have a small viewership because you early subscribers are the one who basically showed that you have interest in me. So I wanted to give you a little bit of feedback about who I am and where I come from. And, that's not something to be sad about. And one other story that made me really decide that I had to change my lifestyle was in the end of 2008, actually September 25th, 2008 to be exact. I looked like the photo that I showed, and my wife was 1 month pregnant. We had just found out that she was pregnant with my daughter. And so I went to work, and I was a field rep for the company I worked for, and I had to travel to and from various parts of Los Angeles. And one day I was driving to work and was on the freeway, and Los Angeles traffic is a lot of stop and go and gridlock, and I was sitting there stopped in traffic, perfectly stopped, when an F-350 doing about 55 miles per hour slammed into the back of my car. And here's a photo of that. What I remember most about that, one, I was hit so hard, and this size that I was ended up upside down in my seat. My head was where your butt would go, and my legs were on the dash of the car. I did a backflip in the car. I was hit so hard at that size, just the sheer physics of it don't even seem possible, but that's what happened. But what I remember most from that traumatic experience, as your memory gets all screwed up with something that traumatic, was the fact that it took 8 firefighters to lift me up onto the gurney. And that was after they had to remove me from the car and cut off all of my clothes. I'm laying there in the middle of the freeway. Granted, they made like a box with their fire trucks and ambulances and stuff because there were 4 cars totaled in this wreck. I was shoved into a whole mess of cars, and the car was just mangled, as you can see. But I'm laying there in the middle of the freeway. They had to shut down most of the freeway because of this accident. And they take scissors and they cut off my clothes. And I'm a 500-pound man laying there, buck-ass naked on the freeway. And they put a medical tarp over my privates. And, then it took 8 of them to lift me up in the gurney. And then on the ambulance ride to the trauma center, the gurney has the wheels lock in to the floor. And there's like locks for the wheels. That kept coming unhooked because I was just too heavy for this thing. So you have the paramedics and firefighters inside this LA County paramedic unit struggling to keep me locked in, and they were so occupied with that, they weren't able to do any treatment on me until I got to the trauma center. So it was like, okay, enough is enough. It's time to do something, and it's time to lose some weight. So, here I am today. And I'm still struggling with some of the the social trauma that comes with being a guy that's that big, because mentally in my mind, I'm still that fat, you know. It's what it is, you know. That's weird. So don't be sad about that. I hope that wasn't a depressing story. I just wanted to share something intimate with you guys, because you guys are giving me a lot of your time. And I'm going to do the best I can to keep the channel growing, and I'm going to try and keep bringing you exciting content, and I hope to hear from you guys. So check out Game Addiction. I put it up today if you haven't seen it already. And as always, subscribe, like, favorite, follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in my next video. And who knows, maybe I'll do some more blogs. Maybe. Maybe not.